Alright, returning to Elden Ring after a nearly 2-year hiatus is bound to be a magical experience, or at least the catalyst for a massive pain in my magic stick, putting the re in sorcery. So let's make it a special occasion by playing as a level 1 Spellblade. B-L-A-D-E. And region locked, meaning that the remembrance boss of the current region has to be defeated before I'm allowed to access a new region, putting limits on how quickly I can build up my magical arsenal. And I definitely plan on stretching my arsenal to the limit by stuffing it full of anything that inflicts inherent magic damage. Meaning that when I apply a magic Ash of War on a non-magic weapon, and with a single exception that is literally a necessity, I am only allowed to use the L2 Ash of War attack. In other words, regular melee attacks are reserved for true magic weapons. So even sorceries that don't inflict magic damage are off the table. So all in all, we are limited by staying at level 1 and playing region locked, but our goal is also to use a wide variety of magic attacks. So the goal is not to just go and collect the most OP attack and then just call it a night. No, what we desire is a true enchanted night. Or as the French would say, nuit enchantée. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's not what I meant, but in a roundabout way that's actually even more accurate. You know what? Perhaps I should be moving my setup to the bedroom instead. After all, that's where the magic happens. Okay, let's just get this run over with. So, the obvious problem with starting and staying at level 1 is that we don't have a magic damage source to begin with. Especially given the limitation of playing region locked. So how the hell am I going to obtain one without immediately breaking the rules? Well, despite an Elden Ring playthrough finally starting without the usual 2-hour collectathon, first things first, we need access to Torrent by listening to Melina talking about her queefs, or bequeathing, I don't know, English is not my first language, so I assume that means the same thing. And in order to become a Spellblade, we need a wet blade to whet our appetite with the first magical Ash of War. But that would require us to kill an enemy, which would require a source of magic damage to begin with. Yeah, that's crap. More specifically, a few pieces of glintstone scrap. Not exactly very powerful, but come on, we only need to defeat a single enemy with it. Ha, that poor unexpected Alabastard awaits a crushing defeat. I mean, as long as we don't arbitrarily miss any of our projectiles, then we should have enough, uh-oh. It's not enough. Oh, crapalicious! At the very least not glintstone scrapalicious, evidently. Well, in that case the alternative will have to be crabalicious. Aha, art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? To be honest, I already knew that that was going to happen, so it does break the magic of cinema a little bit. But I guess you could already tell that that solution wasn't just a result of sheer coincidence. But after clawing our way back to the Grace in no time, we still need a weapon to put our new Ash of War upon. Fortunately, near the sea, we can purchase a weapon from another land overseas. That is why it's called a broadsword. And even though we don't have access to the round table hold yet, we can simply upgrade it ourselves. Oh, that still costs runes? I'm doing it myself! Who am I paying? I'm literally doing it myself. I'm being my own blacksmith. Who the hell am I paying? Carly, is that you? It's fucking dick? So, well, yeah, but it's my anvil and hammer, so you have to pay me and then you can do it yourself. It's like going to a restaurant and they say, yeah, you can sit here at the table, but you have to cook yourself. Son of a fuck. Of course, we can exclusively use the Ash of War. And Gravitas is only the meat and gravy for tool-assisted speedruns. So when you use it under these circumstances, it basically just collapses into a giant black hole of shit and farts. But if you combine that, you get a shard. And that might ironically make it a little less shitty. And to be clear, I don't actually have any beef with Alexander. And what followed next might appear rather jarring. But appearances can be deceiving, because in reality, this was merely a friendly sparring match, after which I used my magical teleportation ability to send him to a nice relaxing vacation on a pot farm in the Netherlands. I mean, obviously, because if it had been a lethal battle, he could easily have dodged my attacks, since warrior jars are incredibly evasive. which they all learn from their teacher jar, Sir Ramek. But despite a plus 10% damage boost for skills, what we should no longer evade is our need for actual spells. But unfortunately, in order to get ahead, we need to get ahead of the pumpkin variety out of the way first. Because behind him is Selen, who will sell and teach us the majority of spells for this playthrough. After all, the strongest defense is a strong offense. Because unlike the warrior jars, my evading skills are ironically a bit of a crock. But that also has a lot to do with the fact that the Elden Ring designers have a sexual fetish for delayed attacks. So, combined with the fact that I haven't done a proper playthrough in nearly 2 years, and I will be fighting quite a few enemies I practically never fought to begin with, I'm definitely going to need a helping enchant. Heck, I might even be able to help Selen out as well. I mean, if she has to clean up the place, she will at least not get bored being stuck down here. And by the way, that's also my relationship tip for all the married guys out there. Keep that in mind, and happy marriage guaranteed. Which leads us to the sponsor of this video, Hello Divorce. If you need a divorce lawyer, then Hello Divorce... Okay, I'm not actually sponsored, but you know, that would have been funny. Anyway, since we only have 10 intelligence and no stat boosting gear in Limgrave will boost it, we are stuck for now with the regular glintstone pebble. But fortunately, there's an enemy nearby who is guaranteed to drop a staff that also doesn't require any stat boosting gear. On top of that, arguably the best staff for a low level character, even surpassing the meteorite staff eventually, is the demi-human queen staff, which is already available to us, and will basically remain our main magic catalyst for the entire playthrough. Fortunately, as basic as the glintstone pebble might be, it is decently powerful, like having a pebble in your shoe, and also decently fast, at least a lot faster than trying to drink a flask to regain your FP, which in my humble opinion is a little bit slower than it should be given how fast this game is. However, speaking of stat boosting, since Marika's Scar Seal is down in Siofra, and although you can access it with an elevator, based on the rules we're not allowed to go there yet until the Royal Ancestor Spirit is accessible, which is the remembrance boss of that entire area. And since Radagon's Sword Seal is in Caelid, which you would normally gather as one of the first things you pick up in a playthrough, not an option this time of course, but there's also Radagon's Scar Seal, its weaker version. Unfortunately, that does require me to defeat a mini-boss that I never fight. But hey, that's neither hero nor daro. I mean, as a mini-boss, it should have a simplistic moveset, right? Or perhaps there's some more to it than that. I have no idea what this moveset is, but we have a ranged attack, and the damage is not that bad. Oh, but he is very nimble, and if I miss too much, then I won't have enough FP. Oh, this is not good. Don't be such a dick. He is definitely a dick. Yeah, see, if he's idle, he will just keep dodging, so I need to first lure him into an attack. After all, when I'm out of FP, I can't attack anymore. Yeah, that's a storm. Stand still, please. Ah, fuck, no! I said stand still! Oh, no, no. No, heal, heal, heal. By the way, his weapon, the curved, the Zamora Storm Sword or whatever the fuck it's called, does not inflict inherent magic damage. The Ash of War does, but the sword itself doesn't, even though it does do frost build up. Same with the Frozen Needle, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me if you ask me. I think both those weapons should have done magic damage. Oh, just in time. Quick, victory! Okay, victory. I don't just love victory, I Zamor it. The hero is now ancient history, Zamor is no more. So, now we have 3 extra strength, 3 extra dexterity, 3 extra health, and 3 extra stamina. But we cannot go and increase our intelligence in any conceivable way. So I think we'll just have to stick with Glintstone Pebble for market. We can get stuff after him, but I don't think we can get anything useful before that. In general, you're probably better off just still treating it a little bit like a melee fight. But then again, I already prefer to stay away from market, because that baits him to do specific attacks. So in that sense, it's not that different. Yeah, but getting stronger magic throughout this playthrough will definitely be helpful, because you need a lot of shots this way, as you can see. Oh, holy crap, again I got hit? Oh, wow, I'm rusty. I am rusty as fuck. I'm so rusty I can go do a ranking video. Almost there. Yeah, dodge. Mark get good. That's what you need to do. Given that he is technically partially divine, right? Or fully divine, because he is the child of America, right? Or am I just misunderstanding that? But regardless, the next time we meet him, he will be more god than he was right now. I think Josee is over there. Oh yeah, the word of Godric. You know, the birds. Bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word of Godric. That's a ton of fun. Exploding barrels. Come to think of it, that doesn't even work. That wordplay there didn't even work. the Dutch word for barrel is ton. That was what the joke was, and then I suddenly realized, oh, that joke doesn't work. Unless some Dutch people are watching and they're like, on that bicycle. Oh ja, there's Josee. Or as we would say over hier, gewoon Rogier. Hey Rogier, jongen. Heb jij wel leuke dingen voor mij? You want me to defeat Godric for you? I will do that for you. I will never gonna give you up. I will never gonna let you down. Run around and desert you. Yeah, I just Godric rolled him. I guess we can use Carrying Greatsword on Godric then, with, you know, put it on our broadsword. Let's see how Carrying Greatsword does, if he gives me the opportunity. Well, the thing is, range attacks are super beneficial against Godric, because... Okay, uncharged. Okay, there's less damage than I thought, but it was uncharged, of course. Okay, let's see, fully charged. Yeah. Okay, well, I do get hit in the process. It's not that great. A little disappointing. It's not terrible either, I suppose. But the thing is, I don't want to run out of FP. The thing is, even given how slow Godric is, you can't just use the fully charged version willy-nilly. Well, maybe you can use it willy, but not nilly. Okay, here I definitely can charge. Okay, that's nice. And then a few glintstone pebbles. Not quite as thrilling as the Bloodborne pebbles, but still decent. As long as I don't run out of FP, of course. But I only have 2 more flasks, so... That's nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Now I don't have to worry about FP anymore. No! He actually grabbed me! No! Oh, I just wanted to get the final hit and then now he's going to kill me. Oh, I'm alive. Oh, wow. Oh, fuck. Wrong flask. Heal. Okay. Shit. Okay, don't mess up now. I'm right at the end. I'm right at the end. Why am I messing up? Because I'm press continue. That's why. Quick, finish. Finish. There you go. Okay. Oh my Godric. Actually, Godric wanted to sell me some spells, but it was totally a scam. He's also known as Godric the Grifter. Or maybe I'm using that word wrong. Well, whatever. Okay, anyway. Godric's Great Rune is definitely something that we really want in this playthrough. 5 additional stats in all your stats. And that doesn't take up a talisman slot. But that's something for later. Now, with access to Liurnia, we went on quite a bit of a collectathon. Because this is where the playthrough really started to open up. With a lot of new possibilities. We acquired our first actual melee weapons. The Crystal Sword and Carian Knight Sword for dual-wielding straight swords. Ivory Sickle and Crystal Knife for dual-wielding daggers. Crystal Darts and Magic Pots for consumables. But more importantly, access to the Intelligence tier, which increases our intelligence by 10 for 3 minutes. Allowing us to wield several new spells. Some quite good, and others not so much. Oh, what a pain in the balls. Yeah, this is the type of sorcery that is a major thorn in my side. And inevitably makes you scared to even use it at all. But hey, when you get cold feet, you can still put your foot down by handing over your cold feet to someone else, even if they happen to be over 50 feet. Now, of course, it's nowhere near as broken as it was back when the game first released. Because when you saw the damage output back then, your reaction would be something like, son of a whore, frosty damage indeed. Kinda weak. Glintstone Arc, let's see what that does. That's better, definitely better. Oh, definitely better, way better. Crystal Burst. Oh, whoa, slow. And it's not even powerful. Even fully charged is not powerful. What's the point of using it? You see, this does more damage and it's quicker. I don't feel like spells are very balanced in this game in that sense. I have this ginormous arrow in my neck. At the very least, there's no gas bill attached to it.
About as funny as getting an arrow through the neck, and then discovering there's a gas bill tied to it.
Yeah, you see, if you have a whole bunch of them in a line, you can get some pretty decent damage out of that. And this is without the boost, of course, from the tier that you get from this avatar. I'm running out of FP though, unfortunately. Oh, hey, let's finish it with the dagger. Oh, that worked. That worked out perfectly. That worked out perfectly. I was out of FP and I staggered him. And now, since I now have a melee weapon, I can make use of Riposte. Awesome. And there we have the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tier. Ideal for basically the entire playthrough. As long as I don't need another tier to boost the specific stats, that's always one that's useful. Of course, now I have to actually remember where exactly the Watchdog Staff even is. I think that has very high stat requirements. Ow. And these imps have a very high tolerance requirement. Of course, now we need to go to Inji in order to upgrade it to +4. But I still think that this weapon should have done magic damage. The melee attacks, but it doesn't. It's a shame. Alright, let's see if this works. Hopefully the damage is not too low. So, now it's magic projectiles against magic projectiles. If it doesn't hit him, then it wouldn't be... Then it's not gonna work, of course. Oh, that's good damage. Oh, that's even better. Damn it, when I entered the arena, I read Wolf and he read Target. Yeah, out of range. Nice. One. Oh, wait, this is the other one. Yeah, side. Side. Jump. Cast. Yeah, cast again. Side. Yeah, cast. Hit, please. It doesn't hit him, but he just... Oh, whoa! Kill him. Yeah. Ooh. Very close, but hey. Now with the Red Wolf Redder gone, we can go further into the academy and collect even more useful stuff. Okay. There we have it. It looks stupid as fuck, so that does really suck. But it increases your intelligence by 3, and there's another version of this that increases it by 4, I believe. I think the Oh, no! Hey, I was in time. I was in time. That's the type of sorcery that is above gravity sorcery. It requires very quick casting time, but it's even more powerful than gravity sorcery. No! How the hell did I... Seriously? How the hell did I miss that? So over here we have the moon crossbow for fools, you know, because it actually sucks. I also used it as a sidearm back in the full moon video, so I might not even use it this time. There we go. That's basically the better version. I mean, it looks just as stupid or even more stupid. But this one gives you 6 intelligence. So that is 26 intelligence with my flask and not even counting Godric's Great Rune. So the number is really starting to go up despite being stuck at level 1. No, he's coming right for me! No! Okay, there. Lazuli Glintstone Crown. And that gives us dexterity. Erudition. Because if you wear one of these stupid things and you use the gesture, then this happens. I have no idea what erudition means, but it does allow us access to the top of the tower. Cannon of Haima and Gavel of Haima. I'll just keep calling it Havel of Gaima. 25. Well, we can make use of it with this crown, of course. Let's hope those spells help against the troll with the Troll Knight Sword. Oh, that's much less damage than I thought it would. It was even fully charged. And it cost a sick amount of FP. But that's better. Stop, hammer time. I can't get the critical because he's halfway in the staircase. Oh, I do. Oh, okay. From software. Okay, I still managed to get it. Okay. And the other guy somehow didn't get aggroed. Oh my god. Well, it's supposed to take a lot out of you in order to get your hands on the best fucking weapon ever designed ever. Okay, well, essentially the playthrough is over because we have the best weapon in the game now. We have the best fucking weapon ever designed by anyone ever fucking fucked fucker. To be fair, it wasn't even necessary to acquire my beloved Troll Knight sword in-game, because I keep my own private one on this altar, where I worship it daily. Who did it? Troll Knight sword is gone. I took it to bed last night, had sex with it, it fell asleep in my arms, I put it back on the altar this morning after sacrificing a virgin to it who happened to be one of my own viewers, and now it's gone! Oh, don't look at me like that. You all had motives. Every one of you. You knew I changed my will and left everything to the Troll Knight sword. And that's why you wanted the Troll Knight sword out of the way. You wanted the password for your girlfriend to get out of the country, but the Troll Knight sword wouldn't allow it. But you didn't count on me discovering, and none of you even have a girlfriend. And that you were all recently released from the sanatorium. And that's why my Discord mods came into the picture. Oh, wait, hold on. It's behind this chair. Now, this doesn't really work that well on level 1, but it does really work well when you have a leveled character, where you can tank, because Troll's Roar is actually a way better Azure than you probably think. But it does require you to tank some hits, and that is not always possible on level 1, but it worked out here very well, as you see.
Hush, little Culver.
What the hell does Culver mean? Then again, sweeting is also a weird word. Are those little non-sugary things that you put in your coffee? Like sweetings? Like those click things? Oh, whoa, don't die here. What the hell? I actually die! Because of a book before I could heal. Well, that was lame as fuck. Don't read a book, watch YouTube videos. There you go. That's my advice for today's youth. There we go. That works. And there we go. That's Renala. 80% magic damage my ass. Doesn't matter. The Troll Knight sword wins against every conceivable foe. If you want to troll a boss, use a sword befitting of the job. Okay. That means we have access to a new area. Yay. But we also still have Loretta in Caria Manor, of course. Fuck. That's not handy. Ja, vele handen maken licht werk, as we say over here, but it's not good. I prefer more of a hands-off approach, to be honest, but I think we need to get our hands dirty. After all, dung beetles are just really shitty insects. Perhaps I could ask politely, so may I have some carrion peers, sir? Got results, so made polite work of that one. Although I was over the moon from that easy Renala victory, Carian Retaliation would have been great to use against Loretta. However, you would need to defeat her in order to acquire it in the first place. However, since parrying isn't an attack, I was like, fuck it. Just buckle it down and Crystal Sword up. Because that weapon's damage split favors physical way more than it does the magical part. Although, in my opinion, it would have been interesting if the crystal weapons inflicted pure magic damage, like the Coded Sword inflicts pure holy damage. And of course, it should have meaningful intelligence scaling, and have a changeable Edge of War. And yeah, the crystal weapons are kinda incredibly disappointing. But at least I did get some parry practice in order to get all of my royal screw-ups out of the way for when I would later on face lore-accurate Reda in the Haligtree. And then with Carian Retaliation, of course, because that has the additional benefit of spell parrying. And speaking of spells, there was one I had not yet purchased from the not-so-teenage mutant Bishop Turtle. Very confusingly called Carian Greatsword as well. And I don't know if I simply got stun lucky, but whatever made it so effective against this particular enemy, the Onyx Lord quickly understood the gravity of the situation. Of course I could blame him for not having mastered his own magic, but that would be the magic pot calling the cauldron blue. And although I definitely got blue-balled being locked out of the moon spells at level 1, but another way for your balls to turn blue is from the freezing cold. And although I am absolutely terrible at fighting magma worms, I think I ice cracked the code this time. And on top of that, I simply didn't gavel a flying fuck anymore. And thus, as a result, it didn't take that long before I could say, "Dude, where's my car?" And related to that, I suppose, you might be wondering where I'm wandering off to. Because why not go to Caelid first? Well, although I am actually quite sure that you could start the Radon Festival without going to Altus first, but when I asked chat about that, people weren't so sure. So in order to play things safe, I decided to save Caelid for later. Because I must confess that I hadn't actually planned out any sort of a route. And initially I wanted to leave the planning to a call center in India, you know, out sorcery. But in the end I had to hammer out the kinks along the way. Speaking of which, the gavel is heavy like Havel. But ironically, most effective against enemies that wouldn't necessarily be tough as nails to begin with. But it does inflict decent poise damage, and can even flatten certain enemies. And in addition to that, it has a more tactical function, since it produces an AoE that could potentially hit multiple enemies at once. However, in that specific respect, the opposite of Gravitas is ironically way less repulsive, because it was surprisingly effective against the dual Crystallians. Now, would blasting them from a distance with a magic projectile still not have been more effective? Well, yeah. The thing is that the most fancy attacks in these games are usually not actually the most effective, even when you do find an efficient purpose for them. However, in that regard, the most unexpectedly disappointing spell I acquired in this entire playthrough was Unseen Form, which, as far as I could see, was supposed to be a formidable spell, but true to form, after repeatedly getting seen regardless, I just don't see it. Let's go and snipe the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Let's see if that even does a decent amount of damage. I guess I should have changed my... Oh, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's definitely less damage than I was hoping for, but... Huh? Oh! It disappeared before it reached me. Well, that's helpful. Whoa, that's poor damage. Jesus. Hopefully this damage is a little better. Oh, it's way better. Oh, why is everything so unbalanced in this game? Yeah, Ice Crack is definitely better. And that even has the potential for Frostbite. Yeah, some spells are just really, really bad. And it's like, yeah, you can use them, but why would you? That's quite a different way of fighting the Draconic Tree Sentinel, actually staying at a distance. Normally you don't want to stay at a distance, but this time it's finally beneficial to use his fireballs against him. Normally they are just in the way, but this time they actually become your own attack. And it does a surprising amount of damage. Alright, awesome. And in the Draco nick of time. You know, otherwise my Crystal Tears would have worn out. Although that's technically not even that relevant this time, I suppose. Yes, Carian Retaliation. This is a good Ash of War to use against the Draconic Tree Sentinel, that's for sure. So in that case, let's just carry on. So, what should I use against Godfrey? Let's think about that first. Oh, dual-wielding daggers might be interesting. +9, that's fine. That's especially for Godfrey, that is more than enough. Oh, by the way, I don't have really the best things in my flask, but I guess that's fine. It's Godfrey. Gold-free is not that big of a deal. Huh? Why is my damage so low? I did upgrade, right? Oh. Okay. I know these weapons aren't great, but... Huh. Strange. Gold-free doesn't even have that much health. Well, okay, well, whatever. It is what it is. You still go through his health quite quickly, because, hey, it's just a little appetizer for the real Godfrey, after all. Contrary to the real Godfrey, he doesn't actually speak, but hey, speaking is silver, silence is golden. There you go, it makes complete sense. Oh, that doesn't work because it cancels your... Okay. Of course he takes reduced damage to begin with, but... Yeah, the crossbow sucks donkey fuck. Okay. Well, forget about the stupid crossbow then, it doesn't work. It doesn't have enough reach? Oh, fuck off. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's part of the nerf, I suppose. I don't know how it was back in the day. I know it was overpowered back in the day. But since I never used it, I don't know. Also, I have no idea if it does stance damage. So I guess, well, I will just fight him the way I'm used to fight him. It is the most effective way. That's why I'm so surprised that so many people don't fight him the way I do. I know it's slow, but it just makes sense to me. Because the way people tend to fight Morgoth is just way too overcomplicated in my opinion. It's faster, but it's overcomplicated. Because he actually has a very difficult moveset when you think about it. But if you just wait for the right attacks, then it's not that big of a deal. Then you don't have to even know what his moveset is. That's the thing. That makes it so effective. So, you move back, jump attack, but then you have to... Of course, you can, of course, choose to not do the jump attack and then you don't even have to dodge that, but... It's more risky. I didn't do that back in my very first level 1 playthrough. So I just stayed away. It's a strategy I just very quickly developed. And I see no one else use it. That's just surprising to me. Because when I did the blind playthrough of this game, I immediately was like, oh damn it, Morgoth is going to take so long to learn for a level 1 playthrough. But then I actually realized, no, if you just approach it that way, then you don't. Then you don't need to even learn his moveset really. So that just surprises me that no one else really approaches Morgoth that way. And of course you have to sit on his face, but to be fair, that's not even really punishment. Although the helmet is perhaps a little too kinky for my liking. Oh, by the way, if you want to digitally design a piece of fetish wear, the proper illustration program for that would be GIMP. Okay, what's in the swamp area? I don't know what this is. What the hell? What kind of area is this? Have I even ever been here? Oh, hey, hello, I'm on the wrong side of the chat. What the fuck? Oh, hey, happy accident. Happy accident. Happy accident. So instead of the Rose's axe, I will probably then just use dual katanas on him. Hopefully I get a good start. Nice. Okay, that's a good opening. Oh, huh? How the fuck did he hit me? I literally said that's a good opening and he still hit me. Shh, son of a bitch. Okay, so when I was really young, there was this children's show. In fact, back then it was already nearly 20 years old series. And it was called Tita Tovenaar. If I would have to give an English title, it would probably be Wee Waa Wizard. Basically about a demented sorcerer and his daughter, who was like an apprentice witch. Fortunately, he only had one daughter, so it was easy to tell which daughter was which daughter. But the silliest thing in that series was the intro song, in which the daughter really, really wanted to impress on you that her father truly was a wizard. So if I would have to translate it to English, it would be something like, my father was a wizard. It's weird, but it is really true. A wee waa wizard. It's truly true. So you can imagine that I, as a naive, impressionable 4-year-old, was sitting in front of the television like, bitch, I don't believe a goddamn fucking word you've just told me. Whatever you're selling, I'm not fucking buying. So yeah, it just never really became one of my favorite series. So that's basically how I feel about Radahn as a boss in Elden Ring. So I hope that was a clear and analogous analogy. But with we're done and dusted, we are still not done with Caelid, because there is a ton of stuff to collect here. We can even raise our strength and dexterity, although the latter resulted in some dexual frustration, since it requires you to fight O'Neill in a rotten swamp, and with my rotten luck, not even merely his summons were a pain in my ass. And my Sword of Night of Flame was not necessarily a pain in his ass, because it just doesn't reach that far. Fortunately, there are tree branches around, so that does allow you to go out on a limb, trying to somewhat cheese your way through, although very big emphasis on somewhat. But fortunately, when it feels like you don't even have a pot to piss in, magic pots can still provide you with a level of satisfaction, rivaling other pot that per YouTube guidelines I can't go into much detail about. But other than the Dexterity Talisman, I also get access to Night Sorcery, and the Crystal Spear will pair especially well with the Clayman Harpoon, that I unfortunately would have to painfully farm for after finally going underground. That's the true self-inflicted torture after all. But even in that regard I had to give myself the cold shoulder with some literal torture, after attempting to do a cool cheese tactic on the Mimic, which unfortunately doesn't work with a mere magic pot at level 1. Regardless, with access to the underground now, I finally was able to boost my intelligence stat with Talisman. First of all by gaining access to the inverted tower, where I completely incidentally discovered that you can completely circumvent having to deal with Miriam. And of course by finally being allowed to go and pick up Marika's Scar Seal. After all, the Remembrance boss of this area is now accessible. And with every means of boosting my intelligence while still staying at level 1, it kinda turned out that my sorceries were still kinda disappointing. Now, granted, the Ancestor Spirit has a decent amount of magic resistance, but dear oh dear. It is definitely a recurring theme that simply hitting stuff with a melee weapon is just so much more effective. Perhaps I should have used a magical hornbow with rain of arrows and turned this boss into a reindeer. Then again, I already made a rain themed video back when the game first came out. Of course, there's also a way to essentially combine sorcery and melee attacks by using Carian Slicer. But since that's an overpowered spell, I thought I would save it for a more difficult encounter later on. Why doesn't he stagger? Come on, stagger! Fuckalicious! Are you kidding me? Crapalicious. Just attacking him with the... Oh, that's better. See, just attacking him with the stupid katana is way more effective. Maybe I can kill him before he can heal. Oh, that was good. Hey, thank you, Glintstone Comet Shard. He didn't even get the chance to heal like this. Okay, well, even when it comes to spells, as you can see, just a simple pew-pew laser shooting thing is more effective than anything that is actually more complex. More complex definitely does not mean more effective. Alright, Ronnie's outfit. Okay, at least we have a good outfit now. Alright, scheming Blithe Spirit, the magic is up.
Oh, Shadow.
He's not super dodgy. Hold on, maybe did he... Oh, that is a way to prevent him from dodging, I suppose. Because it's a very big hitbox. But it doesn't do great damage against them, as you can see. Come on, do your jump. You see? Because then you can always get a backstab. As long as he does a lot of jumps, I can simply keep backstabbing him. Okay, nice. Oh! I actually staggered him? I didn't even know this, that he could stagger, but then again, almost everything in this game can stagger.
Beautifully fought.
Thank you, Ronnie. And it's better for your health to be a chain backstabber than a chain smoker. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the right location. After all, given the fact that after all this time I will just be winging it against Estelle. Hey, I might as well go and wing it against Estelle, right? Glint blades in a row. Actually, it doesn't do that much damage. Just focus on... That definitely does more damage. Awesome. Okay, and speaking of doing more damage, the Alabaster Lord Sword. A very special weapon, because of its charge 2 attack. And it does like I don't know, double damage or something. Which is because of some sort of developer oversight. Probably, at least we don't know. That it has a very high motion value. For no apparent reason. By the way, do I still have Insane Form equipped? Maybe that will help actually get past here. But then again, we already established that it's quite disappointing. But we can at least try. Because these guys can all snipe you from a distance with the stupid pest threats. And that does suck quite a bit. Ah, it works. Okay. Hey, finally Unseen Form actually does something useful. Awesome sauce. Yeah. You are correct. It makes a laser sound here. Okay, so when you're near an Estelle, the wing of Estelle will make like a sort of a, yeah, I don't know, weird. Actually, it's more of a lightning sound, which is kind of unbefitting of this weapon, but still interesting. Also, this does not cost FP, which is quite interesting. Also, you cannot spell wing without win. Let's see how this goes, because I don't really know Estelle's moveset all that well. Especially not after 2 years. Uh-oh, the grab! Yeah, of course. That grab is such a ridiculously stupid hitbox. Basically, it just has like a hitbox around him or something, I don't know. But you can be underneath him and nowhere near where the hitbox should be. But no, you still get grabbed. Grabalicious, right, Miyazaki? Might as well make a grab attack that directly grabs the player by the nuts. But if I don't hit him often enough in a row, I of course will not get a stance break. Well, that might help. In fact, I should make better use of crystal darts in that sense, because you can actually keep the stance up. Hey, I avoided it. Nice. Oh. Of course, now he will already has all his stance back, I'm pretty sure. Okay, managed to time that. Where is he? Oh fuck. That's the attack where I don't know actually how to deal with it. I just run sideways and hope for the best. And it works out. The thing is, it doesn't always work out. Yeah, I timed it. Nice. Ah, nice. We can end with a stance break. Awesome. Goodbye, Estelle. Back into the void with you. Or, as we would say over here, Stellian. Oh, we actually get a weapon that does magic damage as well from Estelle. Unfortunately, that weapon is not as good. Yeah, it's a flail, and flails are kind of a fail in this game, in a sense. Or at least underwhelming. Also, it looks like a freaking baby rattle.
Thou art a fitting choice.
More beautiful words were never spoken. And also, we have one of the most beautiful weapons in the game now. The Darkmoon Greatsword. And also, arguably, so either the best or the second best weapon. Alright, so we have one of 2 additional Magic Ultra Greatswords in our possession now. This one actually inflicts more magic damage than physical damage, interestingly enough. Of course heavy, but definitely still usable. Although, unfortunately his armor is really just too heavy. Which is a shame, otherwise we could have cosplayed as him and then turned ourselves into a Spellblade. Now, speaking of effective weapons, ironically, some of the weapons that should be terrible on paper can still be highly effective against rock or scissors. Because the Crystal Spear should, by all accounts, be terrible, but it simply isn't. The main reason it is regarded as a bad weapon is because it's completely outclassed by the other spears in the game. However, in isolation, it is actually still a force to be reckoned with, even at level 1. Although, because of the annoying 16 dex and intelligence requirement, you do need to keep your setup in mind. Otherwise, the 3-minute time limit from depending on your crystal tiers can lead to some unintended negative consequences. Unfortunately, but not exactly surprisingly, there are also some weapons, like the Ruined Greatsword and the Darkmoon Greatsword, that can only be used with a crystal tier active. However, the Clayman Harpoon has really low stat requirements, and is also the only magic weapon in the entire game that can also be infused. Although infusing it with anything other than magic infusion, even cold, would go a bit against the spirit of the run, in my mind. But fortunately, by saying Nighty Night after fighting one of the Night Knights at night, we can make our spear icy, and even more speary by applying Ice Spear to the spear, in order to turn it into an Ice Spear infused spear with Ice Spear powers. But only from infusing it with Ice Spear itself, not through Ice infusion on the spear. And then you can even dual wield it with the Crystal Spear in your left hand. So you might be thinking, that's a great setup. You must have made very smart and effective use of that at some future point in this playthrough, right? Well, another weapon that's really good, and a lot of people might not even be aware of that, is the Rose's Axe. A skeleton of fun. And no, not in the sense of a barrel this time. But with the Fire Giant up next, and me being rather worried about finding it at level 1 with any weapon, hopefully this axe will come up smelling like roses, and the giant will be pushing up the daisies in no time. Okay, just charge it too. Come on, stagger please. He's not staggering. Fuck. Oh fuck, I only have very few blue flasks. That's not smart. Okay, Azure, nice. Oh fuck, but now because of that most of the attack missed. That's okay, nice. Okay, well, definitely not a bad weapon against this boss, that's for sure. Azure, definitely less damage, but still. Oh, the people's elbow. Okay, good. Not bad at all. As long as he doesn't do the other fire breath, then I guess it's fine. Okay, good. Going well so far. So, emphasis on so far. Oh fuck, no, that stupid attack. Okay, please. No, the other one doesn't explode. Oh. Come on, give me some good RNG now. Damn it, now this attack is too slow. And now I'm one-handing. God damn it! Why does the end of the fight has to be so fucked? Okay, just keep attacking. Yeah? One more? Nice, okay. At least the first try Fire Giant, because what I remember from previous playthroughs, usually if I fail first attempt against the Fire Giant, then it's for some reason just downhill from there. I guess I'm kind of appropriate with the environment here, in that sense. Yeah, Geronimo!
That was a big nothing.
I missed, that is such a shame. You can summon skeletons, so you also fight with skeletons. So in that sense we are in the same boat. Did I just get killed by a rolling snail? I feel very salty. That should actually get rid of the snail, if you ask me. God fucking damn it. That was fucking stupid as hell. I don't agree with that at all. One more. There we go. The Helfen Steeple. So it's basically like a weaker version of the Moonlight Greatsword. That is kind of a thing. Also, it's a shame. Yeah, you can't see that now, but this actually does consume stamina if you attack an enemy with it, or something. It's just it's not the same as the Onyx Blade. There are two types in the world: those who love DS2 and people. Oh fuck! I need to use this, of course. Well, in that case, I'll just parry. If he's not gonna give me a backstab, then yeah, I might as well parry, right? Okay, at least it takes only a single parry. That definitely helps. Oh, that's what. Damn, it's big. I'm definitely doing way better against Niall than I thought, because usually you just always fuck up against him. Oh, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. As I was saying, I did jinx it. That parry didn't count. Another Elden Ring moment. You know how often it happens where the first attempt goes nearly perfectly, but you still don't succeed, and then every attempt afterwards is just...
all downhill from here, all downhill from here, all downhill from here,
All downhill from here.
all downhill from here.
Come on, please die. Come on, Charge 2, die. Oh. That's Niall, folks. God fucking damn, what a horrendously shit fucking dumb fucking fuck fight. Please remove this shit from the game. That would be a meaningful patch. Veteran prosthesis. It's basically as unpleasant as going to the doctor for a prosthesis exam or something along those lines. Okay, well that worked at least. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that works. See, Troll's Roar is a very underrated Ash of War.
Roar.
Okay, so the 12% talisman, and then it's finally time to actually enter Gelmir. Okay, that actually helps. If you simply run towards him while he's charging, then all three will definitely hit and he will get an instant knockdown. Come on, okay, maybe he does it, yeah? Yeah, you see? That is helpful to know, that's helpful to know. Okay, charge again if you want. Yeah. Okay, that's really good. That's really helpful. Okay, charge again please. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh fuck, I don't have FP and I'm in the fucked up animation. Uh-oh. Ah! Help!
With frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
Okay, did it. Whoa! Woo! Oh, I got lucky there. That was a complete guess. Holy crap, delicious. And finish it off with a Nebula. Okay. Nebula's fight to me still when it comes to his moveset, but at least this is a very good strategy with the Great Blade phalanx. If you simply cast it, he does a charge. If you simply basically roll into him, you will get this, well, not a stance break, but that special stagger animation. And now we have this one over here. Of course, now the greatest question of all. Will this work against Rykard? Well, let's hope that a +6 weapon is enough against the Gods Ennobled. Of course, if I can actually make him sleep, then that allows me to get some additional hits in. So parrying in principle is very effective against Godskin Noble. The problem is I don't really tend to parry him, so I'm not good at it. Let's see if this works. Well, that didn't work at all. Nah, it was close. Practically a draw, essentially. Okay. That was an actual parry. Damage is okay. I mean, it's of course for a critical. Oh, that is actually good damage. And there we get a sleep. Oh, huh? Didn't count. Well, that's weird. Well, whatever. Now he falls asleep. Okay. Oh, and he wakes up again. This game doesn't know what it wants. And now he falls asleep again. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, the second part of the crit woke him up. Oh, and he falls asleep. Okay, nice. Okay, well, it felt a little clumsy, but it definitely worked. It felt really clumsy, but it definitely worked. Not exactly by the god skin of my teeth, but a victory is a victory. Definitely an effective weapon, even at +6. If you never tried it, at least don't sleep on it. Now, this entire run, there was one giant snake in the grass that I didn't quite know how to deal with. Because I don't even know how to fight Rykard with the Serpent Ruler at level 1, let alone without it. And breaking the rules for him would make me feel like a one-eyed pan snake. Fortunately, there is a cheese tactic available that makes Rykard a viable viper. Although it did actually take me a freaking hour to actually get all the details right. Is it a little cheap? Meh. I just regard it as the ultimate form of gravity sorcery. In fact, by taking inspiration from this, I found yet another cheese tactic that allowed us to have the high ground against the Deathrite bird back in the mountaintops of the giants in order to acquire the Ritual Spear, which rids you well of any large threat using its rain-like weapon art. That I unfortunately didn't even know existed back when I did my rain-only challenge. Wait, hold on, but we have Sorceress Salon over here. We have Sorceress Salon over here. And when you go down to the basement here, there's also another Sorceress Salon. Then how do you know which is which? It's like Miyazaki made it canon that you can't tell which is which. The old the old witcheroo, not the switcheroo. Pull the witcheroo. Ah, there we have it, the Glintstone Chris. Awesome. I think that will be a very good weapon to use against the Godskin Duer. Because although it's a knife, it basically functions like a magical handgun. It's like the most American type of magic weapon in the game. In fact, my American viewers refer to it as the Glintstone Christopher Columbus. The tricky thing is constantly switching between shield and no shield, because I need the shield in order to catch their black flames. But I cannot use my Glintstone dart while I have my shield in my hand. Quickly die. No! Are you kidding me? That is a major oof. Come on. Oh fuck! Ah, bad start. Okay, make sure there's a pillar in between us. Damn it, all of that missed. Okay, good. Oh fuck, I could have hit him a little more, but that's fine. Oh, watch out for his reach. No, watch out! Come on, work. Yeah, good. Catch the black flame. Almost sounds like getting a disease, but... like catch the black death, but... they are the ones suffering the blue death from my magical dagger. Awesome. Okay. That didn't take too long. The annoying thing is there is no Stake of America near Pleasant Deus Ex. That is such a stupid decision. That is such a stupid decision. Because that makes for a really annoying and completely unnecessary run back. Or heck, just put a grace down there. Why not? Yeah, because some people say, yeah, well, there are lore reasons why there is no Stake of America there. Yeah, okay, then give a lore reason why there would be one. Or have a stake of Farum Azula or something. It's like, Jesus fuck, dude. That's such an easy problem to solve. That is not a good reason. That is not a good reason. Oh, nice. I actually staggered them. Okay, quick. Come on, blue flask, yeah. Okay, that was some good damage. Damn. Over 4,000 damage. That's really good. Fuck, how does this work again? I kind of forgot. After 2 years. Oh, okay. I have to move really far away from that one. That's the nuclear war hat. But that does look good in the intro. Huh? Okay, why did I get hit? I was to his side, but I got hit. Okay. That did look a little suspicious. Holy fuck, I actually understand the name of the spell now, because if you can keep casting it on a large target, the damage will just spiral out of control. That was like almost 5,000 damage from those few casts. Now he is doing the laser. Okay. Yeah. Fuck my stamina. Okay, what now? I don't know what he's going to do now after the laser. Normally he dies after the laser. Uh-oh. Fuck, normally he dies after the laser, so I... Now I don't know what he's going to do. For me it feels like I'm in uncharted territory. But with a much more terrifying Drake than Nathan. That's sure as fuck. I don't think I've ever fought Placiduceus after the laser. But if I can simply now kill him, then it doesn't matter what he's going to do. Yeah, he's done. Okay, that's it. Okay. I had no idea what to expect there, but hey, it worked out. It worked out. It was a lengthy fight, that's for sure. But yeah, Shard Spiral, if you can use it multiple times in a row when it directly goes basically through his entire body, then you can stack up some really good damage. You can definitely stack up some really good damage then. Practically makes you feel Spiral mighty. Hey, my audio is off. What the hell? Is there something wrong with my headphones? Are you guys hearing something wrong with the audio? Because otherwise it's my headphones. Delicious. Fuck. Yeah, I think it's my headphone. Okay, hold on. Well, I can't fix that in the middle of a fight, unfortunately. So now I have fucked up audio. Hopefully I won't require any sound cues then. I missed? That looked off. Well, let's see if I can actually get the weapon art in. Well, I did manage to get the weapon art in. And did look pretty fancy. Wolf assault on a wolf trying to assault me. And evidently it's doing some partial damage as well. Can I finish him off with it? That would be awesome. Yes! Awesome! That looked pretty epic. Yeah. It is pretty fucked that my headphones are acting up. And I don't have other headphones. Now, at least I won't have to listen to Gideon yapping away. I'm just afraid that I won't be able to actually stunlock him with Guardian Slicer. That he will just move out of it. Well, in that case, let's do it like this. Yeah. No, see, he does get out of it. Okay, at least it's fast. Fuck, but now I have to move away. Shit, I still get hit? Seriously? Okay, move closer, closer. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, I got him. Okay, it worked out. That was a first try Gideon victory. And that's a good thing, because on level 1 he can be an absolute pain in the motherfucker. Especially when you can't make use of the fact that you can get a free hit the first time. But if you have to do the fight a second, third or whatever time, You don't get that opportunity anymore. And, by the way, we now get the Scepter of the All-Knowing. The Butt Scratcher! We are holding the Butt Scratcher!
Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher!
Butt Scratcher. I think Godfrey should not be so bad, even after 2 years, but who knows. Maybe even, given how long it's been, I might still fuck up. Because Godfrey is a really good fight, and a pretty consistent fight. So in principle this shouldn't be too difficult, but hey, who knows. I do have something fancy in mind though, but there's also a chance that it will backfire. Even though it's frost related, ironically. Okay, good. Oh, that was not enough to frostbite him? Oh fuck, oh I forgot. I honestly thought that some more Ice Storm would easily frostbite him, but evidently it does not. In that case, let's do Azula's Moonblade instead. That's less than expected when it comes to damage. I thought this was a really powerful spell. Oh, FP, Jesus, okay, it requires a ridiculous... Okay, there's also not a helpful spell to use under these circumstances. I guess I'm just trying to overcomplicate things a little bit. Yeah. No phase transition, surprising. Jumper 2. Charger 2. This might again, yeah, be the same thing, that I don't start in a good position. Again, a very strange mechanic, but okay. Again, an example of a questionable From Software design decision. Okay, watch out. His hands are hitboxes as well. Okay, good. Get the riposte. Yeah. One more hit. And that's it. Awesome. That it took multiple attempts definitely puts the horror in horror loot. That's for sure. Because that was not necessary. This should have simply been the first attempt. Granted, first I was trying to do it too fancy. But what can you expect when you're holding such a fancy butt scratcher? Let's see how this works. At least I can use Car in retaliation, that's good. But the Axe Talisman, I guess I should have picked that up, but I forgot. I do have to watch out how I use Car in retaliation though. That missed him? Oh, her? No idea how the fuck that even happened, but... Okay, nice. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Of course, it doesn't do really good damage because he's magic resistant, but still. Hey, it's something, right? Also, it looks cool. Nice enough to put a bow on it. So, it's still nothing to sneer at. Oh fuck, now she gets double projectiles. So, whoa. Have to really watch out for that. Oh fuck, I actually get hit. That's not good. Parry, yeah. Okay, good. And an actual stance break, nice. Shit. Oh. How does this work again? Like that. Quick! Finish her off. Awesome. Yay. Loretta's Mastery. I actually don't think we can use that. But we can use Loretta's War Sickle. In fact, I could even cosplay as her. The problem with that one, though, is it's way too heavy. Her outfit is way too heavy. And although it would be interesting to fight Malenia cosplaying as Loretta, I don't think the fight against Malenia is going to take 3 minutes. You know, if you want to use that tier in order to make yourself lighter. No, I'm still medium load. I'm still medium load. I can even keep this equipped for the Ash of War. Okay, this could be doable, but unfortunately it's not really the best thing to use against Malenia, of course. That's another thing. There we go. Malenia. After 2 years. This is going to probably suck donkey fuck, but we'll see what happens. My guess is that I will constantly make unnecessary mistakes until I hopefully get back into the swing of things. shit! Why did I attack there? I shouldn't have attacked to begin with. I think I might have initiated the self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, I rolled way too early. That was way too early. Why did I roll sideways? Okay, that was just dumb. I rolled sideways. The thing is, my favorite weapon, the Troll's Knight sword, can actually be used to sort of cheese her. Not really at level 1 because you won't have enough stamina to really get it going, but it would actually be a much better weapon than Loretta's weapon, but hey. When would you use Loretta's weapon? That's another thing. At least the weapon art is pretty good, as you can see. It's at least helpful that if you hit with the first part of the weapon art, you also hit with the second part. But she can, of course, hyper armor through it. But yeah, that's just how Malenia works. Oh fuck, no! I should not have used the weapon art there. Shit. Okay, second phase. I have to be careful when to use the weapon art, because if she jumps up, I'm dead. I just want to stance break her, and that causes me to get really greedy. The thing is that, as you guys, I think everyone knows that, is that Malenia cheats when it comes to stance breaking. Basically because it goes into the negative, and when she is in, let's call it a stance break proof animation, it goes into the negative and then it will just instantly start to recover. But that's why stance breaking Malenia feels so inconsistent. Because she literally cheats. Do some of you guys remember the whole AVGN thing about a game developer called Fred Fox? I think that Malenia was designed by a guy called Dick Move. Who was also in charge of the DLC, probably. Oh, nice. Surprising, but hey, not complaining. Uh-oh, shit. Worst attack. And my audio is also fucking up again. Okay. Well, I at least survived this. Oh, my audio is so bad. For the people who joined later, there's something wrong with the cable of my headphones. And I don't have another cable. Oh, fuck. Okay, come on. Oh, fuck, no. Okay, please don't... Oh, fuck! Ooh. Don't get greedy now. Oh fuck, I got on the edge of the rod. Okay, but only a few more hits. Oh, hey, I can actually... Oh, that's nice. I can actually finish her now, I think. Thank you. Ice crap. Oh, fuck. Ah! Fuck, I messed up. I messed up. I messed up with... Oh my god. How did I fumble with my stuff? I could literally have finished her. Okay, please now finish her now then. Oh. Finish her! Ah, oh, that's better. Jesus, I just fumbled with all my stuff and I did... That was really bad. Oh, I almost completely fucked up there. Yeah, everyone had the GG's ready and then I was just acting like a dumb dick. So, dumb dick versus dick move, basically. But hey, we got it done. Nice delicious. That was Malenia after 2 years. Alright, time for my by now infamous victory piss. Even more so because, hey, I really put the art in Wiz art. Huh? How did I die? Counter damage or something. Come on. How does this work? I forgot. I forgot how this works. This is not the right location. Oh, okay. It's not exactly how I had it in mind, but it is. Let's see if Carian Slicer can help us to carry on into the DLC by doing some heavy carrying. More than I carry in to admit. Okay. It's not as powerful as I thought, actually. That's disappointing for something as powerful as Carian Slicer. I probably have better things than this. I mean, it's supposed to be OP, right? This is not OP as fuck. This is like the most flaccid OPness I've ever seen. Is Mohg just dead magic resistant or something? But that doesn't make any sense. I have Graven Mass Talisman. I have the Magic Scorpion Charm. I have Ritual Sword Talisman. I have the staff that boosts it. My staff is at 25. To say the least, I'm extremely confused. I'm extremely confused. I guess that's better. Okay, that's, well, it's better at least. Oh, that's definitely better. Okay, that's definitely better. But still, it's not enough. Yeah, it's not even remotely enough. Look at this! And this with the Darkmoon Greatsword. What the fuck is going on? Why is nothing working well against him? This doesn't even make sense. I mean, it's +9, not +10, but still, come on. It's the fucking Moonville. Fuck, he's already going. Dude, look how much health he has. This doesn't make sense. Damn, what the hell? Why did I get hit? How is it that nothing is working? I know it's level 1, but this doesn't make sense. These are all the best weapons that there are. Okay, not gonna lie, if you guys could actually see me, you would see fear on my face. But speaking of that, if the lack of poker face will be the death of me, then I do think I still have an alternative left. Okay, good. Basically, you have to wait here until he throws himself over the edge, but he can still kill you, of course. Oh, he has to actually get on top of... Oh, he's in the right location. Okay, good. He's in the right location. Yeah? Fall off, please. All you need to do is fall off now. Yeah, yes! Worked out. Hey! That was easier than expected. Enemy fell. Emphasis on fell. Awesome. Hey, there we have the Death Poker. Which, befittingly, might serve as the ace up my sleeve. Also, which of the weapon art is it? Is it R1 or R2 that's really good? R1, okay. I've never used this weapon, so I don't... I've never used it. Never used the Death Poker before. Oh, that was actually a bit of a waste, but okay. That's better. Okay, that's better. God, nagging. Yeah, Death Poker doing a straight flush on his health bar going down the drain here. But he still has quite a bit of health, but okay. Still not exactly how I had planned, but hopefully... Huh? Why was that angle so weird? But hey, hopefully this is enough. Okay, I'll take it. Awesome. Okay. Fuck you, Mohg. He should never have become mandatory. He should never have become mandatory, but that's how you enter the DLC, unfortunately. That at least prevented some pain. I'm still shocked that Carian Slicer, Moonlight Greatsword and Moonville just didn't work well. But at least this worked. This definitely worked. Next stream we'll be going into DLC and that's going to be way worse. Well, that's the thing. I did technically get started with the DLC. The problem though was that including this content would at least double the already high playtime of this run. and the unfortunate lack of something akin to a time machine, or the ability to literally wave a magic wand around, that eventually led me to the decision to simply cut things short. Now of course, given the fact that without a literal time machine in your possession, you will never be capable of gaining more time. But if enough of you really would like to see a full DLC follow-up video to this video, then definitely let me know in the comment section. And of course, the beauty of the theme of this challenge is that it could potentially be done with every single element in the game. Although each individual element doesn't exactly grant you the same amount of freedom and variety. Not to mention that for some elements, a majority of options are locked away in the DLC or at the endgame. Regardless, I guess we'll see what the future brings. But I do hope that you enjoyed this long-awaited return to Elden Ring at the very least. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope that for you this experience was also magical. Unfortunately with the emphasis on magic and not with the emphasis on all. But still enchanting nonetheless. And thus, I hope to see you all again next time.